Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego. It's time to talk about some more sex in the city. That's right, the Sex in the City show. The one from the late 90s to early 2000s. Not that piece of shit show and Just Like Crap. Not that abortion. I'm talking about the good show, the one from the late 90s, early 2000s, okay? I am Diego. I have watched every single episode of Sex and the City, so I know what I'm talking about. I watched both movies, and I watched the aforementioned piece of shit show. Okay, don't watch it. Don't watch it. I already reviewed it. The videos are on here, but don't watch it. Don't watch it, okay? Okay, so we're going to talk about the good show, okay? The great, wonderful show about the virtues of being a woman, a single, middle-aged, alcoholic, slutty woman in New York, all right? Now, what I give you here, judgment call, yeah, I know, all right? What I give you here is a straight man's point of view. Now, ladies, okay, if you're easily triggered, if you're easily offended, get the fuck out right now, okay? I will not censor myself. I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? No one else is going to tell you the truth, but I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? It's time for a wake-up call. It's time to burst that bubble, okay? Okay, y'all are living in lollipop land. It's time to get you down to reality here, okay? Because Sex in the City ain't real, okay? And if you think Sex in the City is real, then I bet you thought Star Wars was real too, okay? No, okay. I'm kidding, but I'm not. No, I am a big fan of Sex and the City. I love the show. The only problem I have with the show is I did not like the way they portrayed the male characters on the show. These were not men. I don't know what the fuck they were. These were ideas created by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists, okay? And they do not understand what a straight man goes through, what he thinks about, what it's important to him, or just how he acts around women, okay? They don't understand that at all, okay? This is their idea of what that is, but I guarantee you there was no straight men involved in the creation of this show. None whatsoever, okay? So basically you got this filtered version of real life, of dating life in New York, all right? And that's what this show is. Now, I'm not saying all this is what I just said is true, but the show was still fun. It was still fun. I still did enjoy it. Okay, it was very well written. I love the characters on there. It was a very good idea. You know, you got one woman, Candace Bushel. She's basically created 4 aspects of her personality and gave them a physical form and names and all that stuff. I thought that was a good idea. You know, it kind of showed dating from 4 women's different points of view. You know, so I thought that was a cool, novel idea. And it was fun. Okay? But it wasn't realistic at all. Okay? So that's what I'm here to do. I'm going to give you that point of view that you didn't get before. So ladies, if you watch Sex and the City, if you've ever had any questions about that show, about why do guys act that way, why do guys do that, why does this always happen, okay, I'm the one who's going to tell you the fucking truth, okay? And I am not going to censor myself, all right? So if your feelings get hurt, tough titty kitty, okay? I'm here to give you the truth. The question you need to ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? Okay? Yeah, we'll see. All right. Okay, so the episode that we're on today is going to be part 1 of season 6, episode 15. Yes, almost done. This is the last season of the show. Season 6, episode 15. The name of this episode is called Catch 38. Catch 38. That's the name of this episode, all right? So it's season 6, episode 15, all right? So it starts off with here, after 2 months, Carrie gets the alarm code for Alex's apartment, his loft. He basically owns the whole floor that he lives in his I guess in his warehouse, okay, his loft building. Okay, so one side is his studio where he does all of his work, his artwork, his 3D artwork, his sculptures and stuff, and the other one is where he lives, his home, okay? So as a sign of romance, he gives her the alarm code. So she can turn off the alarm when she enters the apartment. Ooh, that's a big step, right? No, it's not. It's been 2 months they've been dating, okay? First of all, I got to raise the bullshit flag right away here, okay? A guy like Alexander Petrovsky, okay, a famous Russian artist, you know, multimillionaire. He's obviously, look at where he lives. He's a multimillionaire, famous artist, Russian artist. A guy like that is not necessarily going to give Carrie, a woman like Carrie, his alarm code. Okay, now I understand he likes her a lot, but it's only been 2 months. And I know he's an artist, so I know he's eccentric. I know he goes with his feelings and stuff. But if he were to go with his feelings all the time, he'd be broke and on the street. Okay, no, he's got to have some common sense in there. Okay, he's known her for 2 months. He likes her a lot. That's fine. But he gave her his alarm code to his loft. I think it's a little too soon. Maybe after 6 months, I would do that. Okay, but after 2 months, no, you're still in that whole phase, you know, where your hormones are going crazy, you know, that pink cloud, you know, you're still in that phase, you know, that, oh no, I love you more, that you're in that phase, okay, still, okay, and you can't think straight when you're like that, okay, so I think it was a bullshit call, but Just go with it. That's what the show's all about. It's going to give you these real, unrealistic guys, okay? Or maybe they are realistic guys, but guys like that would never date women like this, okay? Not guys with any self-respect, okay? And the only men on this show that date these women are, like I said, famous artists, okay? Owners of nightclubs, okay? Professional male models, okay? Hotel executives. Okay, Wall Street bankers. Okay, these are the only guys that hit on these women. Okay, and that's some major bullshit. Okay, that's their dating pool. Okay, that top 0.0001%. Those are the only men that hit on these women. Okay. So yeah, I know, right? That's why I said La La Land. You're in lollipop land. No. Okay, realistically, ladies, that's not going to happen. Okay, even if you are a high value woman, even if you are in your 20s, you know, and you're super fucking great looking. I mean, you look like a fucking porn star. Even if you're in your 20s, okay, you're still going to get hit on by more regular guys that don't have any of that stuff than you will the top 0.00001%. Okay, and if one of those guys does happen to hit on you, okay, you're gonna have to compete with other women for him. Okay, so it's not just gonna be like, hey, here we are at the Starbucks, you know. By the way, I'm the CEO of a Chase Bank. You know what? I've only known you for 20 seconds, but can I take you to dinner? Oh, well, maybe. I don't see it. You know, that kind of bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. All right, that's what this show's about. Just go with it, right? Just no, I'm not gonna fucking go with it. Okay. I'm not going to fucking go with it. All right. So here we go. Now I'm going to go on with this review. All right. Okay. So right away, bullshit flag. Okay. So she tells Samantha about it. And Samantha Samantha's in the doctor's office when she complains to Samantha. Well, not complains, but she brags to Samantha about Alexander giving her his alarm code. Okay. She's actually in the doctor. I mean, she's in the fucking, in the gown they make you wear, okay? Her tits are exposed. She's sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in with the results. Okay, now they already took out the lump in her breast, but now she's got to come back for a follow-up, okay, to see how well it worked. So the doctor comes in. It's a guy. He comes in, and he tells her, actually, Samantha tells Carrie, go ahead and tell me all about your relationship with Alexander, because you're the one that's important, not me, not the cancer victim here. I'm not important, Carrie. You're the one that's important, so go ahead and tell me more about it. I like you talking about your boyfriends, okay, because that distracts me from dealing with my fucking breast cancer. So anyway, so that's going on, and then the doctor comes in the office, and he tells her, hey, we got some good news here, Miss Jones. The good news is that the lumpectomy went well. Okay. However, I am going to recommend that you follow up with some chemotherapy. Okay. So she's like, what? What can he's like? Oh, it's just a recommendation, Well, she's like, well, how did this happen? How did I get breast cancer? He's like, well, it could be a lot of different reasons. Okay, it could be genetics. Okay, but there's no breast cancer in your family. Okay, so it could be your diet. It could be your lifestyle choices. She's like, what do you mean lifestyle choices? Well, there is some evidence to support the fact that women that do not have kids have a higher tendency of developing breast cancer than women who do have kids. She's like, oh, so you're saying it's my fault? He's like, no, I'm just telling you this is. Oh, I get exactly what you're saying. You know what, doctor? I don't think you know what you're doing. Okay? And I'm going to go find a female doctor that actually knows her way around here. Okay? I think I'm done with you. We're done here. Okay? And you're lucky I even let you touch my titty. Okay, well, right away here, Samantha. Now, I feel sorry for Samantha. Okay, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. I know that must be a terrible, scary thing. Okay, I've seen cancer in my family, so I know the kind of damage. Okay, I know the kind of hurt that brings onto your family. Okay, so I do feel sorry for Samantha. Okay, but you got to remember she's in a doctor's office. Okay, and she went to get the results. Okay, now this guy had been a total asshole or something. If he come in like, yeah, you got cancer because you're a fucking slut. If he had done that, then I can understand her getting upset. Okay, but no doctor would ever do that professionally. Okay, not a professional doctor anyway. He didn't do that. He told her, she asked she asked him a question. How did I get this? How did I develop breast cancer? Like, what causes this? And he says, like, we don't know very well what causes it. There's several different studies that are done. And one of the studies says that, women that don't have children tend to develop breast cancer at a higher rate than women who have had children. So Samantha took it personally, like he's condemning her lifestyle, like he's judging her, because for a woman that likes to fuck guys so much, she really fucking hates what comes out of their mouth. Okay. She doesn't like to hear men's opinions on her lifestyle. He's not judging her lifestyle. Okay. He's making he's making an unbiased opinion on what he thinks might have caused her breast cancer. And he even say that's exactly what it is. He just says there's been studies that say that this is why. This is one of the reasons women develop it. He was not making a judgment call on her lifestyle. Okay, he was not at all, but Samantha took it that way. So when Samantha gets upset, what does she? She takes it out on people. Okay, she doesn't deal with it in a healthy way. She takes it out on people. She took it out on her doctor. The doctor was just trying to help her, just trying to answer her question. Okay, and he wasn't being rude about it, but she was being completely fucking a bitch to him. Okay, and if I was her doctor, I would not have her back. I would refuse to serve her. Okay, because you don't treat someone like that. Okay, all he did was explain to you why you possibly could have developed breast cancer. He wasn't trying to judge your lifestyle. He wasn't trying to tell you you're a slut. Okay, or you're a fucking bitch because you didn't have kids. No, he's not doing that. That's what she took. Okay, the problem is with her. It's how she thinks about herself. Okay, what is it about herself that triggers her when people bring up the subject of why didn't you have kids? What is it with her that triggers her? That's a real problem, not what the doctor said. You see what I mean? And of course, she takes it out on the doctor. Okay, because he's a man. Yeah, because all men are stupid pieces of shit. Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. So she's like, I'm going to find some hot woman doctor who understands all this. Yeah. So of course she takes it out. She takes it on the doctor. She makes it all about sexism now. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So Samantha, of course, she bitches to the other girls during lunch about what happened. She's like, she's making it look like it's my fault. Like I should be punished for not having kids. Okay. He's saying I'm a whore who deserves chemo. Well, actually, Samantha, cancer doesn't give a shit who you are. Okay, cancer will affect the rich and the poor alike. Okay, the slutty and the virginal alike. It doesn't care. Cancer doesn't fucking care. It's the great equalizer. Okay, and Samantha's like, I need chemo because he's an asshole with a little dick. Why the fuck would you know? What the fuck did you bring his dick into this? Okay, you're taking. I know he's not there. Okay, but you're taking personal shots at your physician. Okay, at the oncologist that you went to go see. This is just fucking immature bullshit. Like, what the fuck? I couldn't handle being around someone like you, Samantha. If that's how you treat the people, okay, that are there to help you. If I was in if I was in a car accident, okay, and I was being rushed away in an ambulance, okay, and the paramedics in there, okay, were trying to, to stick an IV in me or something, do you think I'm going to fucking bitch at them? Okay, because it hurt? Or I'm going to be, oh, you're a woman. You don't know what you're doing. I want a man to fucking put that needle in me. Okay, I don't trust you women around my arm. Get a man in here right now. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be grateful that this person is saving my life, is helping me. That's how I would be, but that's not how Samantha would be. I understand she's scared, okay? But just because you're scared doesn't give you the right to take it out on the people around you, okay? Samantha doesn't talk this way to her friends, does she? No, she doesn't, okay? But she'll talk this way to a professional oncologist. That's not good. All right? You don't shit on the people that serve you your food, right? Okay. So that's going on, so she decides that she's going to go see a female doctor named Dr. McAndrew, who's like the number 4 oncologist in the country. She's like, I already did my research. I'm going to go see her. I'm going to set up an appointment with her. I'm going to have her deal with this shit. Okay. So she's going to try to get in to see her. Okay. Miranda's like, well, I'm taking a long weekend, okay? We're going out in the mountains. We're going to stay at some lodge that Steve knows about, okay? And it's supposed to be nice. So I'm going to be gone for like 4 days, okay? And Carrie's like, is this a honeymoon? And she's like, it's not a honeymoon, whatever. She's like, well, and Samantha's like, okay, what's wrong with a honeymoon? It's sex with room service. And Charlotte's like, it's not a honeymoon if you take the baby with you, And I'm thinking to myself, well, damn it, Charlotte didn't take a honeymoon. She did her first marriage, she took a honeymoon, but her second marriage, she did not take a honeymoon. Or if they did, if her and Harry went on a honeymoon, we don't know about it. They didn't show it. They didn't talk about it. No, nothing. Okay, so she's like, it's not a honeymoon if you take the baby. Well, she's like, well, I gave Magda 4 days off because she requested it, so I got to take the baby with me. I got nobody else to watch him. Okay, and of course, Carrie's like, oh, I'll watch Brady for you. Yeah, he's my godson. I have to watch him. Charlotte's like, and I'll help her. We'll watch Brady for you. You don't have to take him with you. Okay. It's just 4 days. So Samantha's like, well, I'm not going to help. Okay. Because Smith is coming back in town and I prefer sex over babies. And that's why I got cancer. Okay. So Carrie tries putting Brady in the stroller. She's carrying him and he's got the stroller there. When Charlotte calls, so she has to answer her cell phone. And Carrie tells her that they're going to go to Alex's place. That Carrie's going to take Brady, the baby, to Alex's apartment. Okay, his loft. Okay, and Charlotte's like, well, it's not safe over there. It's not baby proof. There's probably sharp edges everywhere. And she's like, you know what, Charlotte? We're just going to strap a pillow to him and hope for the best. Okay? Okay, so meanwhile, Samantha goes to visit Dr. McAndrew. She goes in the office there. She talks to the receptionist, who's this younger woman. I think it's Stephanie Miller, actually. I kind of recognize this one, but don't quote me on that. I did not check the credits. But she looks like Stephanie Miller, who's this famous anchor woman. She was this famous radio talk show host from like the 90s in LA. Okay, and she's very rude. They're rude to her, actually. The receptionist is rude to Samantha. Samantha starts name dropping all these people. Well, I know this person and that person who refer me from this person, and the receptionist is not impressed. Okay, and so fucking, Samantha's like, well, who do I gotta fuck to see get some chemo around here? And then she's like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm upset. I'm dealing with cancer. And the receptionist's like, hey, everyone in New York is dealing with cancer, okay? That's pretty nice, huh? And some pushy people in LA and Miami are also dealing with cancer, okay? So Samantha decides she's going to sit down in the waiting room anyway, even though this receptionist told her we can't fit you in until March. It's going to not be until March before we can fit you in here. Well, she's like, well, I'm going to wait anyway. Okay, so she sits there. She sits next to some woman, and I recognize her. It's Julia Sweeney. Okay, if you don't know who Julia Sweeney was, she was Pat. Okay, if you've seen SNL back in the 90s, she was Pat. That was the non-binary. Yeah, I know him back in the 90s. That was the non-binary character. You couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. It was Pat. They even did a movie, which nobody went to go see. But that's where I remember Julia Sweeney from. Okay, she was one of the SNL characters. Okay, back in the early 90s, when the show was actually good back then. That's when they had Adam Sandler in there and David Spade and Chris Farley. Yeah, and Kevin Nealon and all those guys. Yeah, that was that crew. Okay, she was part of that crew. Okay, on SNL. But she's sitting there, and she tells Samantha. She's like, hey, I've been here. I've been waiting here. I've been here since 9 a.m. and I've been coming here for 2 days in a row now, and I've never seen anybody go in there. Okay, so if anyone's going in next, it's me. And Samantha's like, you know what? I was once told that I wouldn't be able to get backstage to meet Mick Jagger, but I did, and I gave him a blowjob. And the lady's like, so the lady tells her, Samantha asks her, what are you here for? She's like, I have breast cancer, and she also tells Samantha that she's a nun. She's like, do you have sex? She's like, no, I'm a nun. Well, you mean you're a nun? You don't have any sex? No, I mean, I am a nun. Like, I'm married to God. Okay, so you're not wearing one of those, she's like, oh, I haven't worn a habit in years, Okay, so you don't have sex then, do you? She's like, no, I don't. And you have breast cancer and you don't have sex. She's like, no, I don't have sex and I have breast cancer. Yeah. He's like, well, do you masturbate at least? She's like, I don't know if that's a sin or not. But thank you for getting my mind off of breast cancer for a couple of minutes, And Samantha realizes that cancer doesn't care who you are. Okay, even though the doctor said that there were some studies that show that women that have children develop it less than women who don't. There's no proof of that. Okay, and it's not a judgment call. So Samantha realizes that anybody can get cancer. Any woman can get breast cancer. Doesn't matter whether you fuck a lot of people or you don't. Okay, so I think that's a good message to go with there. Okay, now Carrie brings Brady over to Alex's place, and Alex loves the kid. He's playing with the kid. Oh my god, But first, when Brady gets there, the alarm goes off. So she's trying to fumble with the alarm code. She didn't remember what it was. And then, and of course, Brady knocks over this vase, this small flower vase, and breaks it. So now Carrie's flipping out. Luckily, Alex is there. He was working in his study there, in his studio. He was working in there. So he runs out there and he turns off the alarm. Okay, and he likes the baby. He has fun with the baby. He holds it up, plays with it a little bit. It's kind of cool. All right. Meanwhile, Steve and Miranda are having sex. Okay, in the cabin. They're having sex in that wood cabin out in the mountains. Okay, and then Miranda's like, okay, now what? Now what? He's like, and Steve just wants to lay in bed all day. Lay in bed naked and just fuck all day. And get up and get some food when you're hungry. Hey, I've had days like that too, man. Let me tell you something. That is a blessing. I don't know what the fuck Miranda's complaining about. Okay, you know how many people wish they could spend a whole day just laying in bed naked and just fucking all day, and you order some fucking DoorDash or some shit, and you watch fucking Forensic Files, that's it, with the life insurance policy, like you just watch some Forensic Files all fucking day and you fuck in between episodes. It's fun, because you can't do it very often. Okay, so this is like their honeymoon. Like, okay, we're not going to fucking work today. We're not going to do shit today. We're just going to lay here in bed because usually I'm always working all the time. I always got to get up early. I'm always working like crazy. I don't sleep very much every night, but now I don't have to get up. I can get up whenever the fuck I want. We can just lay here and eat and fuck. It's fun. It's fun. Well, Miranda doesn't want any of that. Okay, that's not who she is. All right. She's not happy at all. Okay, and he just wants to stay in bed all day. Okay, and Miranda wants to go up and do stuff, but there's nothing to do. There's no TV in this room. There's no radio in this room. There is a CD player with one CD, so she plays it. It's a stupid ass music. Sounds of Mohawk Mountain. So she goes to her phone. There were no smartphones back then, so phones were basically just for texting and calling people. Okay, there was no smartphones back then, and she realized she forgot her charger. She left her charger at home. So now she's flipping out. Okay. Meanwhile, Alex is playing with Brady, the baby. Okay. And he loves the kids. He loves the kids, obviously. Okay. He mentions to Carrie that he has a kid. Ooh, Carrie didn't know this. For a woman who's so crazy about her boyfriend, there's a lot about him she doesn't know. Okay. And there's a lot about her that he doesn't know either. Like, he doesn't even fucking know how old she is. I don't even know how old she is. I know she was 34 when in 1998 when the show started, because the show told us she was 34. Okay, but that was 6 years ago. Okay, the show has not told us she's 40, and they've only done like 2 birthday episodes for her, or maybe 1 or 2 birthday episodes. That's it. I think it was only 2 birthday episodes they've done with her. Okay, since the show began. Okay, so she had more than 2 birthdays. We didn't see it on the show. Okay, so. So they're very ambiguous to how old she is. If you do the math, she would be 40 years old. Okay, but the show ain't going to go there. No. So I'm pretty sure they're going to change her age. Okay. So like I said, he's playing with a kid. He loves kids. He mentions to Carrie that he has a kid. Okay. He said it was many years ago, and that the factory is closed. Okay. He had it done. Okay. The vasectomy. Okay. So he ain't gonna have any more kids, all right? And he's like, I closed the factory. What about you, Carrie? And she's like, oh, I thought that I might, just haven't gotten around to it yet. What were you planning on doing this? How old are you, Carrie? What are you, like 38? And she's just like, She felt like she got shot with a 38. Okay, yes, Carrie is 38 years old. Actually, she's not. She's closer to 40 years old. But the show ain't going to tell you that. No, the show ain't going to tell you that. All right. So, yeah, so she says she's 38, but she's really 40. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, and of course, a normal woman would talk to her boyfriend about this, since obviously this is the conversation right now. She does not. She does not. In fact, she just goes and she complains to Charlotte about it. Okay, even though she's got Alex right there in front of her and they can have this conversation right now if they wanted to, they don't. She just goes to Charlotte and complains to Charlotte about it. All right, because that's what they do here. Whenever the girls have a problem with their boyfriend, or whenever some information comes up that they didn't expect, instead of talking to their boyfriend about it right there at that moment, they always talk to their girlfriends about it. Okay, and this happens every episode. Okay, this is not just a one-time thing or every once in a while. This is pretty much every episode. All right. So Carrie talks to Charlotte, okay, and when Carrie talks to Charlotte, of course, like every episode, it's like, I took the house. They told me that we got food, and we got a kid already. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Okay, so she's eating this cookie. The show's obsessed with food. I've already mentioned that before on my reviews. The show is completely obsessed with food. We have to see them eating all the time. We have to see them eating and talking all the time. We have to see their mouths open while they're talking with food in it. All the fucking time, every fucking episode. Some of the characters do it more often than others. Miranda's the worst offender of this, but Carrie, of course, does it too, and she's doing it right now. Okay, I don't want to see that shit. Okay, I don't want to see people talking to me with food in their mouth while they're chewing food at the same time. It's just disgusting and gross, okay? But that's what the show does, all right? Okay. So Carrie's like, he doesn't want kids. And Charlotte's like, well, then tell him do svanja, which is Russian for goodbye. Okay, Carrie says like, well, guys like him don't come around very often. Well, actually they do. On this show, they come around all the fucking time. Okay, you can't walk down the street without bumping into some CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and then once he meets you within 10 seconds, hey, let me take you out to dinner. That happens every fucking episode. So no, guys like him actually do come by every often. Very, very often, okay? More often than in real life, all right? And she's like, I know, I'm running out of time. She's like, oh my God, this cookie is so good. I forgot that I don't have any children. Hey, you want some? And Charlotte's like, yes, I want some. Yeah, it's pretty much how it goes. All right, so Charlotte helps herself to the cookie. And then she says, well, maybe he'll reverse his vasectomy. Okay, and once again, why doesn't Carrie just talk to fucking Alex about this shit? Why has she got to talk to Charlotte about it? Okay, wouldn't it be more productive to talk to Alex about this instead of talking to Charlotte? What's Charlotte going to tell you? She's going to tell you her point of view. Nothing that's going to matter to him. He doesn't know Charlotte. He doesn't give a fuck what she thinks. So anyway, Charlotte's like, we're 38. At our age, we have to talk about having children if it's going to get serious. Carrie's like, maternity time ticking isn't sexy for a man to hear about. Well, that's true, okay, but you know what? At the same time, men, we're not so fucking stupid that we don't realize this about women. We know that women only have a window where they can have a healthy baby, okay? And once you get to like Carrie's age, the chances of having a healthy baby are slim if you can get pregnant at all, okay? So she's missed her fertile years already, and men already know this. We know that. We don't have to be told that. You don't have to be afraid to talk to us about that. We already know. Okay? When we're dating a girl who's fucking in her late 30s, we already know that the chances of having a kid with this woman are going to be almost none. Okay, so if that's a deal breaker, then I'm not going to go out with her. You see what I mean? We're already aware of this. Okay? This isn't something that, like, if I don't tell him, what if he wants to have kids? No, we already know we can't fucking have kids with you. You're too fucking old. We already know that. And if we're still dating you, it's because we still want to date you anyway. We already know we're not going to have kids with you, but we still want to see you. You see what I mean? And if we do want to have kids, if that's a deal breaker, then we're just not going to date you. Because you're too fucking old. It's a moot point. Why are you afraid of talking to him about it? He already knows. Okay. So that's going on here. Okay. Charlotte's like, you can't be scared to have these talks. And Carrie's like, it's a conversation I'm scared to have with myself, Charlotte. If I really wanted to have a baby, don't you think I would have done it by now? Okay, I wanted to be a writer, and I made that happen. I want expensive shoes, and I find a way to buy them. And Charlotte's like, well, you've been waiting for the right man at the right time. And Carrie's like, and that's what I tell myself every day. Maybe I'm just not a baby person. Oh, you're a baby person. You're a baby person in the closet. That's what you are. You're a closet baby person. So why give up? on having a baby for a man you hardly know? Well, why give up a man for a baby I hardly know I want to have? It's a catch-38.